What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Amon's Toxic ML321. Back at it with another video. And today, we got another toxic tier list ranking. Oh, yeah. But before we get into the actual video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers. Just, 76 away now. Would really help out your boy if you did subscribe. That also goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic tier list rankings. Don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications so you miss occasional upload. Also do share the video because it also help me out. And do feel free to comment as well. But with that being said, before we rank the actual characters, let's look at the tier lists we have. So we have the best of the best, which means they're the best characters in this franchise, and they go there, if they're in the best of the best. Oh, hang on, wait, I gotta delete this. Okay. Sorry about that. We also have great, which means they're a great character. Sorry, I was just looking at something, to see if we were still filming. We have, toxic goodness, which is like a good character, but it does have its flaws, so, yeah. Who are ya? That's like a character where you go like, he wasn't really a part of the movie that much, and like, he's a who are ya character, really, and you barely remember his name. Then Toxic Trash is the garbagest of garbageous characters, so, yeah. And you don't want your character going there. So, starting off strong, we have Indiana Jones's dad, James Bond himself, aka Sean Connery, and he's immediately going into the best of the best. He was a great casting choice as Indiana Jones' dad. That was the perfect casting choice they could have ever went with. James Bond being Han Solo's dad, technically. And I thought that was a great choice. There's a bunch of comedic moments in here that are, like, really funny with his character. And he's a father that has his, like, fair share of flaws, but he is trying to prove it to Indy. So, like, he's trying to fix those flaws, if that makes sense. Well, he didn't really have flaws. It's just, yeah, you get me. Basically, he is trying to still hang out with Indy a lot. So he's a best of the best character for me. Then we got Indiana Jones. No, I'm just kidding. This is my favorite movie of character of all time. There's nothing. I'm pretty sure if we're doing an Indiana Jones tier list, you cannot tell me right now that Indiana Jones doesn't go in best of the best. I mean, come on now. So, I don't need to say nothing. Best one, my favorite movie character of all time, and he does not deserve to go anywhere near here. Maybe, I'll like great, but, like, he's the best of the best. I mean, come on. Then we got, Belloq. Belloq is, I think, the best Indiana Jones villain. So for that, I'm gonna put him in the great tier. I think I like how they went the sort of route where he is basically whatchamacallit. He's basically an archaeologist too, just like Indiana Jones, and he's Indiana Jones' polar opposite, where he will do anything to get what he wants, basically, including work with the Nazis to get the Lost Ark. And yeah, I like that. What's the word called? I like him as the protagonist to Indy, and I thought that was an interesting way to take it. I never knew before that he was whatchamacallit. He was an archaeologist just like Indy. Then we have this guy from Last Crusade. Who are you? Who are you? I don't even remember this dude's name, even though he does have that cool, like, tank battle with Indy in Last Crusade, but besides from that, who are you? Who are you? Then we got, I had his name in the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark review. I think it's Arnold something, I'm pretty sure. I think he's a toxic goodness character. I don't think he's great. I think why I wouldn't put him in great is because he's kind of more of a side villain and isn't the main villain. But for the moments he's on screen, he's a scene stealer for me. There's some unintentionally funny moments with his character that I thought were pretty cool, and he also does a great job of being menacing in the first Raiders of the Lost Ark movie too. So he goes in the toxic goodness category for me. Then we got this dude, same sort of deal with him. Who are you? Even though who are you? Because I always remember him in the final act, but I do not know what his name is. So that he goes to the top of Who Are Ya? Because I just recognize him because he's the one that has, like, his... I don't know how to explain that, but, like, he gets his life drained out of his body. So, yeah. Then we got Short Round. Short Round, I'm going to put over Indy's dad for me. Short Round is the second best Indiana Jones character. Him and his relationship with Indy is so cute in Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. And he is played by Ke Quan, yes. I always think it's Ke Quan, but it's Ke Quan, I think. I'm pretty sure. Somebody correct me down in the comments. But he's grown as an actor to, like, Oscar status, and this is when his career started, and he was just really amazing as this character. And Short Round, there's the scene that I always love, and that is where Indy is beating up one of the big dudes, and then he's getting stabbed or whatever, like his voodoo doll of himself is getting stabbed, and Short Round goes to save him, and Indy's punching the big guy while Short Round's punching the voodoo dude, or what, the voodoo kid. And it played the iconic John Williams score in the background. I love that scene. So, Short Round goes into best of the best for me. Then we got the controversial Willy. I'll put Willy in toxic goodness because she has her moments where she's funny, and I don't think she's a trash character by any means, because I think the actress acts good as the character. But because the character has its moments, but I don't think it's amazing moments. Like, she's at the bottom of toxic goodness for me. Because I love that scene how Indy's going, oh, you're going to come to my room first. And then Willy's going like, no, you're going to come to my room first. So that was pretty funny. What other stuff happens in this with her that I enjoyed? I thought she balanced out she was a nice balance to Short Round and Indy, and having like a mid-tier character in there. But the other flaws I have are she's just annoying. She screams every single time. Also, she does stuff that's like, why would you do that? And yeah. So that's why she goes in toxic goodness. Then we got Elsa. Elsa, I'll put in toxic goodness for now. I'll probably put Willy over Elsa, because Elsa double crosses Indy twice in Last Crusade, and the way she dies, I kind of feel bad for her, but I kind of also don't, and I don't... She's a villain that her motives aren't clear, and she just turncoats on everybody, and I don't know. She goes there for me. I'll put Willy over her, though. Then we got Sallah. Sallah is a great character. Would I put him in best of the best? Because for the movies that he pops up in, he doesn't have that much screen time. So I'm going to put him just below Belloq, because I still think he's a great character. I wish we got more of that comedic charm from him. And, yeah, and it was cool to see him in a minor part of Dial of Destiny. And that's not a spoiler, by the way, because it's in the trailers. So, yeah, it was great to see him. Then we got this dude from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I'll put him in Who Are Ya for now because I don't know what his name is, but he double-crossed. He also, it's the same thing with the Ilsa situation here. He double-crosses Indy twice, and Indy doesn't see it coming for some reason. But there is some moments of his that are really funny, so I'll put him at, like, the top of Who Are Ya, because I do think he's really, really funny at some points, but he does a lot of selfish stuff, and it tries to give him kind of an arc, not really, at the end, and it doesn't quite work. But, yeah, he goes to the top of Who Are Ya for me. Then we got Mud, Shia LaBeouf, and I will put him in... I'll put him at the top of Toxic Goodness. I do feel some of the directions they took with the character, I wasn't the biggest fan of. But I was hoping they could have done some different routes, but that's okay. But I do think Shia LaBeouf does a great job acting as him, and I do also kind of like the way that they write him in this movie at some certain points. And there are some goofy scenes with him, and there's also some scenes where he goes back and forth between him and Indy that I enjoy, so he goes to the top of Toxic Goodness for me. Then I always forget her name. I know that actress's name, Kate Blanchett, of course. I cannot speak. I'm gonna put that this villain at Who Are Ya? I'll put him over her. Because I think, she's one of the few villains that actually has pretty good combat, where she is very great at fencing, so I guess that's a positive for her. But besides from that, she's kind of a generic villain, and the least favorite movie of the franchise, so that's why she goes there. Then we got Mads Mikkelsen's character. Mads Mikkelsen's character goes... I would probably put him over Elsa. I think he's a decent enough villain, but I think he's also kind of mediocre at the same time. Why I put him in Toxic Goodness is because Mads Mikkelsen's performance, because Mads Mikkelsen is a very talented actor, so that's why he goes there. And I also thought that further watching other YouTubers' videos explaining Dial of Destiny, I like his motive that he's trying to go for with the Dial of Destiny, so that's why he goes there. I forgot what his name was. Then we got the goddaughter, played by Phoebe Waller. Why'd I forget her name? I don't know. But the goddaughter of Indiana Jones in this movie. And I'll put her above Ilsa and not above Mads Mikkelsen's character. And I'll tell you why. One of my negatives for the film was how she kind of treated Indy at some certain points. And then later, I'll talk about this more in my spoiler review, which should be coming out after this. But the way she's written, many people thought she was going to be the next Indiana Jones because she's an archaeologist. But, like, she's just not... The writing isn't there for her character. I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge, there you go, that's the name, acts great as the character, but she is a mixed bag how the character is written. Then we got this dude, the one of Mads Mikkelsen's character's sidekicks, and same sort of story, like, who are ya? I'm gonna put him over... I'm gonna put him at the bottom of Who Are Ya, because this dude had a cool moment with the tanks, and then this guy was in the finale of Indiana Jones, but this guy... He just doesn't do much. I think Mads Mikkelsen brought him in the movie because he had history working with him on Logan, of course, being the bad guy, but I don't know. Then we got Marcus, and I'm going to put Marcus at the great tier. I'm going to put him above Sallah. He doesn't have much screen time again, but for the moments of screen time that he has, he's a very likable character. He gets most of his time to shine in Last Crusade, which I thought they did a great job on. And Yeah, unfortunately, the actor passed away in 1992, I think. And they do a nice fitting tribute to him in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so he goes there. Then we got Mola Ram. I'm pretty sure that's what the villain's name. Kalima. Which place am I gonna put him? It's either great or best of the best, because I think he's a very great villain. Okay, I'll put him in great. I think Belloq's still a better villain than him, because I'll tell you why. Because Belloq, I think, gets plenty of screen time, but I don't think Mola Ram got a lot of screen time. But he's a very intimidating villain, where he's a voodoo man. And that scene where he rips the heart out of the person, oh my gosh. And no wonder why I wasn't allowed to watch this when I was younger. That's always how that's why I always go, like, during watching that scene in the movie. I always go, oh, no wonder why I was allowed to watch this. So, yeah, I think he's a great, great villain. And you do want to see him get him and his cult. Then we got this guy. Do I want to put him there, or do I want to put him here? I'm going to put him in Who Are Ya? Because, for me, I think he's my least favorite villain out of the franchise. Because there's nothing memorable about him. He's just a rich... I almost said something. He's a rich person, basically, that just wants the Holy Grail for himself and is basically a repeat off of Belloq-ish, kind of. He's not even an archaeologist, but he's just a lackluster villain. I love Last Crusade, but he is a very lackluster villain. I'm sorry, but he is. Then we got... What's her name right here's a little sidekick from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I thought he had a good fight with Indiana Jones with that that ant horde, but besides from that, my only toxic trash character. And he's just like, he's a forgettable person. The only memorable part about him is he gets ate by a bunch of ants and bit everywhere. So yeah. And then we got the Knight from Last Crusade. Even though he's cool in here, wait, should I put him at I'm gonna put him at I'll put him at the middle of Who Are Ya? It's just, I don't remember his name. He's just there to guard the Holy Grail, basically, which he does do, and he has an interesting scene. And he basically goes, like, choose the right glass. Or whatever, sorry. I don't know how to explain it. But I think he's a memorable character, but I don't remember his name. So that's why he goes in Who Are Ya? Then I got this guy, same sort of story. Who are ya? Who are ya? The only reason he's memorable is because he's the only one that is, basically protecting the Grail and making sure people not go there. I'll put him above these two right here, I think, because I think the other ones are a little bit better, but he's basically just a guarder of the Holy Grail, and I totally forgot he died in this movie, so yeah. So I'm gonna put him in Who Are Ya? Then we got Marion, and Marion is the best Indiana Jones love interest out of the bunch for me. Oh, and, her and Harrison Ford have insane chemistry together, and the first movie, they have really good chemistry, as I said. I don't know why I say that again. And she has moments, too, where she hits people with frying pan. That's fun. And also, there's the iconic love scene that her and Indy have on the boat that I thought was cool, and she goes there for me. So before we end the actual video here today, do I want to make some adjustments? Let's see. Do I want to put Belloq in the great tier? You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Belloq in the great tier, and I'm going to put him right here, I think. And I think that's a solid placement right there. Do I want to move anybody else down? Let me see. Toxic Goodness, I think, is fine. I like that order, I'm pretty sure. Who Are Ya category, I think, is fine, too. Toxic Trash, yes. Great, I think I'm gonna put Marcus over Mola, and then I'm gonna put Mola over Sala, I think. But with that being said, guys, that is my Indiana Jones tier list character ranking. Ooh, yeah. But before we get into the actual ending of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free, and number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers. Just 76 away now. Really, how about you, boy, if you did subscribe? That also goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic tier list rankings. Ooh, yeah. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications and notification while I upload. Also, do share the video because it also helps me out, and do feel free to comment as well. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.